Hi there, I'm doing this little tutorial on how to do the assignment on a simple light plot. I hope this will be clear to you. Don't get too stressed about it. Should be a pretty fun and useful educational project. Of course, the first thing you're going to do is download the simple light plot, and you're going to open it up in PowerPoint. Now, you're using PowerPoint in a different way this time. It's not really being used for presentation slides. We're using it as a workbook to create this simple light plot. And it's a very simple assignment. You've been looking at the material. Hopefully you've been looking at particularly Lecture 3B on positions and color. You're going to do a simple plot using principles of McCandless or Joule lighting to create a simple acting area light plot with color. I'm going to go through the slides first, quickly, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do things. First off, in case it is the first time you open it, you may get at the top of your screen a protected view. Click on Enable Editing, the first thing you need to do to get it to going. Now you can see I have here an acting area, front, back, stage right, stage left. So that will help you kind of orientate yourself. And I've also added 2 copies, so you can mess up excuse me, as much as you need to. Also, you can re-download it, so it's no big deal. Also, this is a chart. These are Rosco Lux gel colors, and you can see you have a bank of as many instruments as you need to create color. I also have 2 copies of these as well. So if you mess up, just go to a new copy. Also, this is where you're going to put your screen capture. The second part of the assignment is you're going to go to a virtual light lab. I've included the link. And you're going to put your capture on this page so we have a 3D representation of what your lighting will look like. If you do not know or you've forgotten how to do screen capture, here's a quick little tutorial. It's on the upper right side of your keyboard. Sometimes there's an FN button. You can see down here, if there is an FN button on your keyboard, you'll have to hold that down while hitting print screen, but otherwise just hit it. And I'll explain how you transfer it to PowerPoint. And lastly, some very helpful links. We'll be coming back to these in a little bit, but they're here at the end. Okay, now that that's settled, let's go to the main screen we're going to use at this time, which is the swatches and instruments screen. I'm going to go to the first one. You have, like I said, 2 copies. This is a little far out. We're going to zoom in. I'm going to show you 2 ways to zoom in if you're unfamiliar with that. One is go to View, Zoom, and you can go up to 200%. Oop, and that's not working. Yay, I love it when things don't work for me. Zoom. There we go. I don't know what that was about. There you go. And then you can use the sliders along the top or the bottom. Now that's one way. The other way is to use the control button, CTRL button down at the lower left. Hold that in and then take the mouse wheel, and if you wheel it towards you, it'll go out. If you wheel it away from you, it'll zoom in. I'm going to do that. Let go of the control button, and there we have, whoops, there we are. Okay, so here I've got lighting instruments, and they have a little inside. You see a little square or a little circle that has R, 3 numbers, and then an X. What we're going to do is the numbers represent the lighting gels. R means the Rosco. We're just going to use Rosco for this. X is going to change to either a C, N, or W for cool, neutral, and warm. Okay, I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to pick an instrument. Clicking anywhere on it will select both the instrument and the circle. Okay, I'm going to pick a warm color. So, I've got this clicked. You can see it's highlighted. It's got a box. I'm going to right-click. I am not going to right-click. I'm going to go to, Drawing Tools, Format, Shape, Fill. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on this little eyedropper. I want to find a warm color. I want to find an awful one, so I don't want to influence you. So I want to find like the worst one I can find. Oh, good Lord. You'd think it'd be pink, but that's not it. I'm going to go for this canary yellow. It'll make you look pale and jaundice. Click on that. And look. There we go. a little bit of the instrument has turned yellow, and the box as well. Now I'm going to click on the inside to activate the text. This is 312 Canary. I don't need to put the name, just the number. And this is my warm. There. So I've labeled my instrument. Now, let me sidebar for a second here. You can see it's a little hard to read some of these colors. It's a little. I know them pretty well, so I'm not having too much of an issue. But if you're not used to them, it could be difficult. So here's what I'm going to suggest. If you need to see them more clearly, we're going to scroll down to the link screen. The gel chart, here it says the gel chart can be a little hard to read. For a clearer version, use this link. And if you're not used to doing links in PowerPoint, you can see you have to hold down the control key again, click, and here we go. It will load up. You will see it brings the chart up. It has a little magnifying glass. If you click on that magnifying glass, it will let you see them clearly. Wherever you put that, click to get back out. So you can use that as a guide if you want to. I'm all for that. Okay, let's go back to our light plot. Let's do one more. We got a warm. I'm going to do a cool. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Click on the instrument, and now that I've had a little rehearsal, I'm not going to right click. I'm just going to go to shape fill again, and I'm going to go to eyedropper. I'm going to get an ugly ass cool color. That's going to be light green, R38. So I don't want to, damn, I got to stop doing that. Don't want to influence you, so I'm getting some pretty hideous colors. And again, R38. This is a cool. C, look at me. Whoops, I want to make that capitalized. Doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. It's just me being anal retentive. Okay, so there we go. I've got these instruments. I'm going to take both of them over. Well, I'm going to take them over one at a time. I'm going to click on this. Now's the time to right click. Copy. I'm going to do Control V. There. Now, let me go back. Let me tell you what I've done. If you're not used to it. Click on this, right click, copy. Go to any one of the three you want to use. I'm going to use this one at the end. I'm going to hold that magic control button down and hit V. And there we go. That's what I should have done in the first place instead of trying to do too much redundancy. Back. Let's get the other one. Copy. Control plus V. There we go. All right. So here we are. When we put these are front lighting. We're not going to add back or side. That's what you can do. So I want to see what you come up with. Now, when you click on one to activate, you see this little circle here. This is the rotate. So I'm going to rotate it. Rotate it. Try to line them up a little bit. There we go. Good thing you have these guidelines in PowerPoint. Okay, so I have two lights. Then I'll put the rest of the lights in and so forth. And then I have a little simple light plot. Congratulations. Now let's go down. You can see, oh, we need a three-dimensional representation. We have a light, need to do a light lab screen capture to show what it'll look like on the actors. So I'm going to go down to my links. This is the virtual light lab you will use in your screen capture. I'm going to hold it down, and here it is. Okay, so I don't have backlight yet, so I'm going to black that out. You can see each area we can go from the right, from the left, and from the back. This is the bottom slider is the intensity of the light from 100 to 0. Okay, I'm going to bring up the right side. The second slider is the saturation. How saturated with color is it? And of course the third is the color hue. Now, we have that canary yellow for the blue, or for the warm. And that's about what it looks like. So that's a good one. So I've got that. What did I have? This sort of lime green. Oops. Bring up the light. There we go. And it's light green, so it's going to be very light. There. And if I was adding a backlight, maybe a nice neutral or something, I would add that as well, maybe. But I haven't, so I'm going to stop there. So this is what we have. Okay. Now, I'm going to print the screen. For me, I have to hold down the FN button. There, I printed the screen. So what I'm going to do is go back to where it says place your screen capture on this page. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And I'm going to Control V. And there we go. Now, this is bigger than the screen, but you see it's active. See these little circles? These are called handles. I'm going to grab a corner handle, click and drag. Hold down the mouse button and drag to resize it. There we go. And I got my picture. I got the two lights there. We can see what they represent. Now I know it's kind of, you're approximating with this, with the screen capture. So it might not ideally represent the color, but just with your eye, you should be able to get a close approximation. And that's it. That's the project. Just to see how you do, teach you some principles of simple light plot. This is the idea of using PowerPoint as a workbook is very versatile. So you can say, I'm putting the not just the slideshow, but the PowerPoint itself on Canvas. You're welcome to use it for your own classroom experiences. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing your projects. Thank you.